It was a Wednesday evening, one of those long, dragging days where I counted the minutes until my husband, Mark, came home. We had been married for 10 years, and while life had settled into a routine, I still found comfort in his presence after a stressful day. Around 7 p.m., I called him just to check when he'd be back. The line rang, and when he answered, his voice was warm, gentle, and familiar. "I'll be home soon," he said. But something felt wrong. It wasn't his words, it was the tone. The way his voice softened, almost tender, like he wasn't speaking to me. Before I could reply, I heard faint laughter on his end, a woman's laughter. My stomach tightened. "Mark?" I asked, trying to push past the unease in my chest. There was silence, then a hurried, "I'll call you back." The line went dead. I stood in the kitchen, phone in hand, staring at the blank screen. My mind scrambled for explanations. Maybe he was with colleagues. Maybe the laughter was just someone nearby. But deep down, a darker thought gnawed at me. What if his words, "I'll be home soon," weren't meant for me at all? That night, he came back later than usual, smelling faintly of perfume I didn't own. He brushed it off as a long day at work, and kissed me quickly before heading straight for the shower. My gut screamed, but my heart refused to listen. I wanted to trust him. I wanted to believe he was still the man I married. The next day, I couldn't shake the suspicion. I checked his call logs when he left his phone unattended, something I'd never done before. There it was, an outgoing call to a number I didn't recognize, made just minutes before he called me the night before. My hands trembled as I copied the number down. I called it from my own phone. A woman answered. Her voice was soft, almost cheerful. I hung up immediately, my heart racing. My worst fears were real. There was someone else. That evening, I confronted him. "Who were you talking to last night when you said, 'I'll be home soon'? Because it didn't sound like you were talking to me." His eyes widened, and for a split second, I saw the truth in his face before he tried to cover it with lies. He stuttered, denied, claimed it was a coworker. But when I showed him the number, his mask slipped. He couldn't hide anymore. Tears stung my eyes as I asked, "How long, Mark? How long have you been giving your promises, your voice, your heart to someone else while lying to me?" He didn't answer. His silence told me everything. The betrayal cut deeper than I could have imagined. It wasn't just the cheating, it was the intimacy of his words. "I'll be home soon." Those were the words he used to comfort me, to reassure me. Words that symbolized safety, love, belonging. But that night, they weren't mine. They belonged to her. I realized then that trust once broken can never be mended the same way. I packed a bag, my hands shaking, my chest aching, while he sat on the couch, head in his hands. He didn't try to stop me, not really. Maybe he knew he had already lost me. As I walked out the door, I turned and said, "You told me you'd be home soon. But you were never really coming home to me, were you?" That night, I slept at my sister's place, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment of our marriage. The laughter, the smiles, the promises, they all felt poisoned now, tainted by the knowledge that I was never his only one. But in the quiet, through the heartbreak, I also felt something else. Freedom. Because I'd rather face the pain of truth than live forever in the comfort of a lie.